Hey everyone, it's Matt here from dclblogger.com. In this tutorial video, I wanted to go through how to spot opportunity, buy and sell flip opportunities. Okay. Now, I've gone through the fact that volume is really important, but I wanted to illustrate really quickly why once again. And the place I always start is always make sure that the projects that I'm scouting for buys and sells have a lot of volume. So Gods Unchained, Decentraland are the ones that I know personally that have underlying consistent volume. Every now and then you get some projects that spike up then go back down because they're going through a pre-sale, or maybe some whale investor has come in and purchased a lot of land or items, but that consistency needs to continue. So the only one so far that I've seen that in, or I've been part of at least, was Gods Unchained and Decentraland. Now we're gonna, OpenSea is a great place to see consistency, so we know that these are consistent. Now the reason why volume is important is because look how many sales just of gold legendary cards for Gods Unchained happens on the daily. Okay, now this is today 2 a.m. So since 2 a.m. today, we've seen 0.57 Ethereum, 0.2 Ethereum, 0.094. Look at all these sales that have happened over the last, I think it's just 7 or 8 hours, or 4 or 5 hours. It's not much time has passed, but we're seeing, quite a lot of sales just for legendaries. Now there's also epics and rares, and there's a ton more sales there, but these are the ones that I kind of want to be part of because there's a higher profit to be made. So when there's a lot of sales being made, there's more opportunity, because if for every sale that's made, that could have been something that you could have bought or you could have sold. There's only 1 or 2 sales a day, then suddenly it's really not that much opportunity to make money. The more sales there is, there's more opportunity. The more opportunity there is, obviously the more money you can make. Now that's that. So scouting for potential opportunities, it comes in 2 different ways. Okay, you can wait till something's listed on the market. So wait till something's listed on Token Trove that you're interested in, and kind of can speculate. You either can speculate the direction that the card or the item is going in, or we have Decentraland land as well. That's kind of hitting the 12,000 mana and above mark, and we can kind of speculate that it's going to continue to rise. So maybe if you want to buy it now and sell it in a month's time for 14 to 15,000 mana, but that's all speculation, waiting for it to hit the market, and kind of trying to figure out which direction it's going to go in. Because if you click on these cards, you notice that the trends are generally upwards, right, on most of the cards, if not all of them. So for you, you might think, all right, if I buy them and sell them in a month's time, it might double if the trend continues. But you're kind of leaving it to speculation, and you're leaving it to chance. It's not really a flip. You're more an investor waiting for a time to cash out. Now, if flipping it is when you purchase something that's below the current market price. So, for example, this card right here, Osiris the Eternal, if I could find a seller who's selling, say, 10 of these for 0.12, because he just wants to get rid of them really quickly, and maybe it's part of a bundle pack where it's 10 of these and 10 of these and 10 of these, and I'm buying all of them at a price that's well below, so 0.12. For this one specifically, if I could sell it again for 0.15, it'd probably sell really quickly, right? That's 0.03 profit. If I sell 10 of that, if I sell 10 of them, that's 0.3 Ethereum profit. And that's just a general gist of how it works if you do private dealing. You can also wait every now and then. There may be a card that's listed that's well below market price. In fact, there was a chest that sold recently. Unfortunately, the person put an extra 0 where it shouldn't have gone. And as I will show you in a second, that thing happened accidentally. So I'm pretty sure the guy meant to write 0.287, but he's added a 0 there, so it's become 0.082287. And he's kind of lost a lot of money. So you can kind of wait to pick up those if you want to, but most of the time, if you find those kind of people, you really want to just give it back to them. Or sometimes they want to cash out really quickly, so they might put it for 0.15 because they just want to get rid of it real quick, and they don't really know the market conditions really well. So they put it for 0.15, and if you're quick, you can grab them. And for that, I've got this bot that I can put in certain parameters. So I tell it to tell me every time there's a land connected to a road, every time there's a card that's got a blessed chimera, every time there was a diamond legendary, and a few different parameters. So it pings me every time these are set, so I can kind of act on them. But to be honest, this is not really an ideal way, because you're competing with a lot of people that A, have these bots set up, and two, also watch the market like a hawk. They are pretty quick, and you're 8 hours of the day you're sleeping, so you're going to miss all of those opportunities. What I try and look for, and a really good example I'm going to go through, is when someone actually posts their links for sale, say they want to cash out something. For example, in the land trading channel, we've got Simon over here trying to sell his 22-piece estate for, I think he originally wanted about 500,000 mana, somewhere above, where is it? I think, yeah, 30,000. What's it listed for at the moment? 420,000 mana. So it's listed for 420,000 mana, which is about, I think it's about 12,000 USD. Yeah, that's about 12 to 13,000 USD. About 100 Ethereum, right? So he wants about 100 Ethereum for this particular land, but after chatting with a lot of the community members, we know that the fair price to pay for that is a lot less than that. Actually, it's about 200 to 300,000 mana, which is probably closer to the 6 to 8,000 USD mark. Historically, that's what the lands of this size and this type have sold for before. So that being said, we after a while you can kind of contact him and negotiate with him and try and get it cheaper, because in time, as they realize that they really can't sell it for the price they've listed it for, maybe someone will come by and purchase this. It is a unique estate that's close to the center. But at the end of the day, if they want to sell it within the next 3 days, they've only got what offers come their way. So if you're in front of their face, messaging them and talking to them directly and haggling the price down, like I'll show you now, you can get it for cheaper. So I want to go through an example a sale that I made. I negotiated about a couple of weeks ago, 23rd of December. This guy messaged saying that he wants to sell a diamond legendary, and I kind of went through his profile. I noticed he has a couple of diamond legendaries for sale. He wanted, I think he wanted about 16 Ethereum. He wants 16 Ethereum. My original buy price was 14. Okay, so 14 will mean that I buy them both for 7 Ethereum. It's pretty damn good considering the current market conditions. I've noticed that diamond legendaries sell for around 9 Ethereum is a pretty good bet that they'll sell pretty quick. 8.9 Ethereum. You can list it for 10 Ethereum if you want to, and maybe they might sell, in the next week or two. But if you want a quick flip, and I always try and make quick flips, or at least have the mentality to do so, because that way I know I'm covered even if the market dips a little bit. So you can see that the cheapest legendary for sale diamond is my one. I've listed this for 9.99. The next one's 10.5. So you're at the bottom end, and if I make this 8.9, I'm pretty sure I can sell it pretty quick. So my goal was to get it for 7 each, sell them for about 9 to 10, make a few Ethereum profit, which is a good 30 to 40% profit on your flip, which is quite a lot of money. That was the goal, right? So look at how the negotiation happened. I contacted him. He said he wanted 16, I wanted 14. So I said, nah, I will pass. He said 15.6. I said, I can only do 14. So he goes, okay, thanks for offering me. But then again, on the 24th, so the next day, I messaged him again and asked if he's willing to sell, if he's had where am I? We're able to sell it. Maybe I can go up to 14.3. And then eventually we sell at 14.5 because he wanted 15. I wanted 14.5. Kind of met in the middle, but closer to my 14 than his 16. So that makes for a buy price of 7.25, I think. So So he thought about it. Hello, I will sell for you. All right. So he says he agrees for the deal at 14.5 Ethereum for 2 diamond legendaries. So I got him for 7.25 each. Pretty damn close to my buy price. But the whole point is that you contact first people that are willing to sell, that you can negotiate with, and you stick to your buy price that you know you can turn a profit with because you're buying well under market value. And then you can kind of go from there. Because that way you can sell it immediately for a profit, or you can sell it for a little bit more, wait a little bit longer, and maybe make even a higher profit. But I like to make a good 30 to 40% profit on my flips. So that's kind of what happened here, or at least it's in the process. I bought 2 of them for 14.5. I should be able to sell both of them for about 17 if I sell them individually, 17 to 18, or even at 18 ETH for both of them. That's 9 Ethereum each. If I list them on Token Pro for 8.9 Ethereum, even 1 Ethereum discount from this, I'm pretty sure they'd sell somewhat quick, and that's around 3.5 Ethereum profit from 14.5. So yeah, about 25%. So again, that's a really good example of how to spot opportunity. Is basically trying to wait till people list their lands for sale, either in land trading, or there's also the trading channel for Gods Unchained trading links, where people post their links and you can kind of see what portfolios are for sale. If someone's trying to sell their portfolio, I think there was one in Trading Discussion where someone wanted to sell his portfolio for 50 Ethereum or something like that. But every time someone wants to sell a bunch of cards, you message them, and the goal is to have multiple leads happening. So the multiple opportunities, multiple people you're talking with. Ideally, you want to be talking to about 5 to 10 people consistently every couple of weeks, and maybe 1 or 2 of them will close to a deal that you can make a profit on. So how to spot opportunity comes with multiple ways. One, you got to know your valuations really, really well, so you can spot what you can make money off. And 2, you got to be either really quick to act when a land is or a land or a card or whatever asset you're looking for is listed on the market, or the better way to do it ideally is to contact people personally and kind of negotiate with them, see if you can get them at a lower price. And this is the whole beauty of NFTs, is that you can do this. You can negotiate. You can get things for cheaper than the market value and sell them for the market value, which is much different to cryptocurrencies. And this is the whole reason I'm in this space. So that's it, guys. I just want to go through a really quick video of how to spot opportunity, and hopefully this video has demonstrated that.